Have you ever heard of ball lightning? Scientists will tell you it's a real, albeit rare, atmospheric phenomenon. They'll talk about glowing orbs of light, sometimes the size of a grapefruit, sometimes as large as a beach ball, that appear during thunderstorms. They float, they hover, they move erratically, sometimes against the wind. But the scientific reports don't tell you the whole story. They don't tell you what it feels like when one of them chooses you. It happened to me last summer, during one of those thick, humid nights where the air feels heavy and the sky is a bruised purple. I was staying in an old farmhouse, miles from the nearest town. The storm rolled in fast and furious, rattling the window panes and making the lights flicker. I was in the living room, trying to read by the light of a single lamp, when the power finally gave out, plunging me into absolute darkness. The only light came from the frantic strobe-like flashes of lightning outside. And then I saw it. During a particularly bright flash, a sphere of soft, white light materialized on the far side of the room. It was about the size of a basketball, and it hovered silently, a foot or so off the wooden floor. I froze. My first thought wasn't fear, but fascination. It pulsed with a gentle, hypnotic rhythm, casting long, dancing shadows across the room. It was beautiful, in a terrifying sort of way. It began to move. Slowly, deliberately, it drifted towards me. There was no sound, just this silent, inexorable advance. It moved with a strange intelligence, bobbing slightly as if it were curious. It didn't follow the draft from the old windows. It moved with a purpose all its own. I scrambled backward on the floor, my heart hammering against my ribs. The scientific part of my brain was screaming ball lightning, but the primal part, the part that understands real danger, was just screaming. It glided over the coffee table, its light illuminating the dust motes dancing in the air. Then it did something impossible. It passed right through the back of the old armchair, emerging from the front without a flicker, without a sound. The fabric of the chair didn't even singe. It was like a ghost, a specter made of pure energy. My breath hitched in my throat. This wasn't just a natural phenomenon. This felt predatory. It was getting closer. I could feel a strange static electricity in the air, making the hairs on my arms stand on end. There was a faint smell like ozone and burnt sugar. It stopped about 10 feet away from me, pulsing faster now, its light intensifying. It was as if it was studying me, deciding what to do next. I was pinned by its silent, luminous gaze, unable to look away, unable to move. Every rational thought had fled, replaced by a cold, numbing terror. I shut my eyes tight, bracing for I don't know what. An explosion? A searing heat? I waited. 1 second, 2, 5. Nothing happened. When I dared to open my eyes again, the room was in complete darkness. The orb was gone. I stayed on that floor, shaking, until the first rays of dawn crept through the windows. The scientists can keep their theories. They can talk about ionized gas and electromagnetic fields all they want, but they weren't in that room with me. They didn't see the way it moved, the way it looked at me. They call it ball lightning. I call it a warning, because some things in this world defy explanation, and they are far more terrifying than any ghost story you've ever been told. Some things are real. So next time you're in a thunderstorm and the lights go out, pray you don't see a little ball of light come to visit, because it might not be as curious or as merciful as the one that came from me. Thanks for watching, and be careful out there.